Hello, kiddos. All right, classroom jobs. So, we've been talking about human capital and income in chapter 3. So, I thought this would be a really great time to introduce our classroom jobs. Now, this goes directly in line with chapter 3's talk about human capital and income, but then it also helps us get introduced to our economy curriculum that will be starting for BizTown. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go on the field trip because of COVID-19, but we do have a virtual field trip planned, and you'll be earning money for your classroom jobs, and you'll learn how to use a checkbook, learn all about the economy system. It's pretty interesting. So let's talk classroom jobs. Now, there's a whole bunch of jobs to choose from. You're going to see jobs that you're like, yes, that's what I want. But when you apply for a job, you always have to make sure you're qualified. Now, what does that mean? That just means that you've got the skills that the person, the employer that's hiring you needs. And they usually have some sort of application that you need to fill out. Now, once you're done looking at this slideshow that tells you about each of the jobs, take some notes on a post-it or in your notebook or on your little planner sheet and write down the jobs that you know you're qualified for based on the descriptions and ones you're interested in too. Because on Friday, I'm going to post a short little form, quote unquote, application for you to fill out to apply for your classroom jobs. All right, so let's get started. So, you will get paid for doing your job, just like any other job. You get a paycheck every single Friday. I know you're not at school on Fridays, but that's the day I'm going to write out your paycheck and I'm going to put it in your mailbox in my classroom. You can pick up your paycheck on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what days you are at school. And that'll be deposited into your checkbook once we have those all set up. Other than that, you probably just want to hold on to your paycheck until we have our checkbook set up. Kind of like your stamps, it's worth money. All right, this is the biggest one. It's huge. Now I can have one per group. That means I can have someone for A group and someone for B group. Hybrid A, hybrid B. That's it. Only two people. You're there different days, but you're my right-hand gal or guy for the whole day. So here's the job description. You're going to help Mrs. Burton with anything as needed. This might include running an errand, like going over to Mr. Meish's room and stealing the Chromebook cart, answering the door. We always have that happen, right? Distributing textbooks if we need to, helping other classroom positions if they need a little bit of help, like passing stuff out. If there's only one person, you could help them out. Answering the phone, and I'll teach you how to do it. Turning on and off the lights, turning on and off the lamps each day. And you're open to helping classmates with questions and clarification. That means you can't be shy. You got to be outgoing, willing to talk to anybody, even if they're not your buddy, your best of friends. You're willing to try. And you're willing to take notes and collect assignment packets for absent classmates as instructed by Ms. B. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, forgot to point something out. It's $30 per week. $30 for 2 days of work. That's pretty good. Okay, librarian. There's one opening per group. Again, that means one person in group A, one person in group B. It pays $20 per week. You're in charge of organizing and keeping a tidy classroom library. And trust me, it could use some work. You will check in and quarantine the books from classmates when they drop them off. Refill the books ready to go back to the classroom after they've been there for 24 hours or more. You're going to check on overdue books. Now, what that means is if it's been a month and we haven't gotten a book back, you're willing to go to that person and say, hey, are you still reading the title of the book? If so, let's renew your book checkout. And you're willing to help classmates make book selections. That means as a great librarian, you have an idea of where things are located. And I think you're going to learn this once you've started the organization process. Sanitation co-managers. That means there's 2 per group. There'll be 2 people in the A group and 2 people in the B group. Pays $15 per week, and it's all about sanitation, baby. Wiping down tables and chairs at the end of the day. Distributing wipes to classmates to help sanitize classroom areas and materials as needed, like door handles, pencils that we borrow, uh, what else? Chairs, light switches, anything you can imagine that people have touched, you're going to sanitize it every single day. You distribute a pump of hand sanitizer to classmates after breakfast, after mask breaks, before or after lunch. I know you don't have me with the lunchtime, but you can also do this in Mr. Meish's room. Check the classroom tables and floor for trash and forgotten materials at the end of the day. This is something I do right now, and you wouldn't imagine how many pencils, like really nice ones, like Ticonderoga pencils I find. Yeah, it's a jackpot. All right, collectors and passerbackers, as we call them in my classroom. There's 2 openings per group. So again, that means that there's 2 people in group A and 2 people in group B that will be the collectors / passerbackers. You'll be paid $15 per week, and your jobs include collect assignments from classmates when prompted. That means when I tell you to. Pass out assignments to classmates, again, when I tell you to. It requires awesome social distancing skills. That means you know how to keep a distance considering it's COVID season, right? And collectors and passerbackers will also serve as door holders when we leave the classroom. Now we don't have to say, I need 2 door holders. You will just be those people. All right. Supply manager. This one pays $15 per week. Now you'll notice it says manager. That means there's 1 per group. There's 1 person in group A and 1 person in group B. Your job duties include ensure, that means make sure, all classroom supplies are in the proper place and are kept tidy. That means you get exclusive access to all of my supplies in my personal cabinet. Ooh. You get to organize the whiteboard supplies and wipe down the board at the end of the day. Replenish supplies as needed. So when we start getting some crummy pencils in the borrow bin, you get to replace them. Markers, putting out new wipes, paper towel, letting me know if we need more hand sanitizer, those kind of things. And then notify Mrs. Burton of supply shortages or needs. That lets me know to add it to my shopping list to get from either the school's office or at the store over the weekend. And then distribute supplies to classmates as needed. If somebody is missing a pencil, you get to go and get it and give it to them. All right. Okay, this one's the big one. The big one. It pays $30 per hour. You're the tech expert, and there'll be at least 1 per group. That means 1 person in group A, 1 person in group B. I'm debating about having 2 in each group, but we'll see. So there's some huge skills that go with this. I know a lot of you are tech savvy when it comes to like video games, but I need you to be tech savvy with Chromebooks. So you must be very, 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 very familiar and comfortable with Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Classroom, and Gmail. You're comfortable helping others with technology issues by showing classmates how to fix the issue, not just doing it for them. You're available and willing to mentor, that means teach, another student to become a future tech expert for our class. And that'll kind of go hand in hand with showing classmates how to fix a problem. You'll make sure that the Chromebook cart is completely plugged in and organized each day before you leave. And you'll organize headsets after each use. That can be pretty cumbersome, so I would totally allow you to have an assistant on those days. All right, those are the jobs. So tomorrow, or excuse me, on Friday, make sure that you go go to Google Classroom, do the attendance like usual, check out all the things we've posted, attend the super fun Zoom meeting, and then fill out your job application and tell me what jobs you'd like and what you're qualified for. All right? I can't wait to see what you apply for.